Hi, my name is Yağmur from Osman Gazi University. Today we will talk about English vowels, and this picture is about our shape of mouth when we say vowels. Let's start with the definition of English vowels. What are English vowels? In the English alphabet, I will read it by the way in this slide. In the English alphabet, the five letters A, E, E, O, and U are referred to as vowels. Sometimes U and W also act as vowels, along with being consonants. Vowels are seemingly five in quantity. However, their number of sounds exceeds far more than that. The English language has around 20 distinct vowel sounds. Due to this, we can say that English is one of the most vowel-rich languages. Yes. In the first picture, you can see the vowels, and in the second, you can see the shape of our mouth when we say pronounce vowels. I think most people think it's too hard. So why is vowel hard pronounced? Many spelling patterns of English pronunciation have possibility of two or more pronunciation using that single spelling. For example, the letters E, A have a different pronunciation in the verse long or that. AE. So it's helpful to learn the common spellings for each vowel sound along with knowing all the possible pronunciation for each spelling. So, what is the role of vowels in English pronunciation? You can see a dialogue with a teacher and a student. So, I can say mastering English pronunciation requires understanding more than just individual sounds. It involves recognizing how subtle variation like vowel length can drastically alter meaning. In this example, sheep or ship. If you pronounce the sheep, that's this second one. If you pronounce this sheep, the people that you communicate with it can misunderstand you. So, for a better communication, the difference between long and short vowels is important. So it's not just only impacts clarity, but can also lead to misunderstanding in conservation. So you have to know it for a better communication. For non-native speakers, by the way, aiming to learn the American accent, a vowel length is a critical element to grasp. So, we will look at this in three titles. The first one is long vowels. The second one is short vowels, I think. Yes, and the third one is other vowels. Let's start with long vowels. Long vowels are pronounced with an extended ration and often sounds like the name of the vowel itself. We can say seed, food, and cake. But short vowel otherwise are pronounced more quickly and are typically clipped, sit, foot, and bed. You can see if we make a mistakes in pronunciation this first, we can make a mistake and we can understand by the people misunderstand me. So we have to learn long vowels, short vowels, how they pronounce which words. Um, so these are the most important and the main title of vowels. The other one is the trap vowel. Uh, I never have heard like this vowels so far, by the way. I learned it by the help of feature learn the MOOC in the MOOC, yes. The trap vowel, what is it? It is the short vowel sounds which we can hear in words like cat, map, bag, hat. In British English, this sound is called the trap vowel. because it's very distinct and important for clear pronunciation. When we say it, our tongue goes to the front of our mouth and we open it slightly. Cat, map, head, back, like that. It might feel different at first, but with practice it becomes easier. So I think one way to improve is to listen carefully to native speakers by the movies, songs, podcasts, or like online courses. So repeating words that they are used will improve our pronunciation in this vowel. Practice of the trap vowel, I think, is not just about pronunciation. It also had people understand us better when we speak English. So next time you say cat or man, pay attention to that short, clear sound. With time and practice, your English, I think, will sound much more natural. So my pronunciation is not good. Maybe I pronounce this first falsely, but I'm learning in this process. The other one is the nurse vowel. The nurse vowel is the long vowel sound. I remember, yes, it is the long vowel sound, like in the words like bird, nurse, girl. It's called the nurse vowel in British English. When we pronounce it, our tongue stays in the middle of the mouth. Bird, tongue, yes, and the lips are slightly rounded. Girl, like, oh my God. So practicing these sounds also help us sound more natural, I think, and clear in English pronunciation. The stretch vowel language in motion. So the stretch vowel change. Maybe you don't hear this like me. I learned also this in the future learn. Future learn is a great site, I think. We will learn so much things that we haven't heard this also, even if our department is English language. Anyway, the stretch vowel is the sound like in the verse cup, luck, sound and slow, maybe loud. It is called the stretch vowel because it appears in that word. This sound is very common in British English, but it wasn't always pronounced this way. Because in the history of English, many vowels changed their sounds. One of the biggest change is called the Great Vowel Shift. Yes. So because of this, the way people pronounce words hundreds of years ago, yeah, is very different from how we say them today. For example, the strat vowel used to sound more like U, similar to the vowel in put. Put. Yes. Over time, it moved to the center of the mouth and became like pot, put. And I cannot pronounce it, but yes. I made this picture by the help of ChatGPT. I stayed it I once like this and it made it. You can see this shows that pronunciation is not a fixed. It changes with time, culture, and even geography. You can see it. So in some accents like Northern English or American English, the strat vowel still sounds a little different. These are my examples of also. For example, in American English, the strat vowel is more open and pronounced slightly like as in cup, I think. In Northern English accents, many speakers pronounce it closer to you, so cup sounds more like crew up, I think, yes. I think it's really interesting, by the way, that something as simple as a vowel can tell us so much about the history of the English language. is so interesting, I think. Yes, this vowel, what is it? This is considered a low back vowel, meaning it's made with the jaw dropped low and the tongue pulled back into the mouth. You may even feel some tension in the tongue as you say this sound because the tongue is low and flat. If you look at the vowel quadrilateral, you will notice that this vowel, I can't say it, is located in the lower right-hand corner. It's the lowest and farthest back vowel that's made in American English. I why I use more sentences in this slide. I don't like this by the way, but I can't find so information about this content by sorry, but I can't find it so much information about this vowel. I only found in the MOOC, so I don't remember where I found this definition, but I only write it and read it. Sorry for this, but this is our picture when the vowel pronounced. Yes. The other one is this vowel. This vowel is short, open, and I think back, back our back opened our lips are a little rounded. You can hear its in words like hot, stop, dog, lot, rock, uh, when I say it, my mouth opens wide, my tongue stays low and back, and the sound is quite soft. So it's not really like the Turkish O. It's a bit different and shorter, but because of I have a Turkish accent, I pronounce like O, but in the British, in the American, it's more different and more shorter, more softer. Because in Turkish, we haven't like this vowel or the strat vowel. So, firstly, maybe we can face some difficulties in pronouncing some words, but in the process, by the help of listening to the native speakers, we can, I think, develop our language. But I'm happy with my Turkish accent. So in British English, this sound is very common, but in American English, it usually changes to A, I think. Yes. That's why hot sounds different in British and American accents. Hot and hot. So to improve your pronunciation, you can practice words like also go, stone, mow, low, dove, for, hot, stop, or dog. These are my comments in the MOOC. Let's I will read it. The first one is I think this topic is really interesting because I never know how much English vowels have changed over time. This associated with the strat vowel. I think yes. The strat vowel especially caught my attention. It's funny how the way we speak now is the result of so many historical changes. It makes me realize that pronunciation is not just about speaking, it's about history too. So when we learn a language, a foreign language, especially English language, we also learning their cultures, their history, how their history has changed over time, and how this affects their speaking, their pronunciation of words. We can see this when we search on it. And in the second comment, I received a feedback by a mentor. My comment is I am learning English as a foreign language, so sometimes I pronounce some vowels differently from natives because I speak English with my Turkish accent. And mentor say to me that's a very natural part of learning English. Your Turkish accent may influence some vowels, and that is totally normal. Focusing on clear pronunciation and being understood is what really matters, and you are already noticing the differences, which is a great step. Yes, thank you, Amanda. Yes, these are my researches. First one is, of course, feature ChatGPT, and these are my links that I use for definition, picture, or something else. Thank you so much for listening to me. See you next week.